and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jessica McDonald. I am a knitting pattern designer and I'm coming to you from a tiny town in the mountains of Idaho. Today I have a fantastic finished object to show you. You can see I'm wearing it. Bow is done, and then I have a whip. It's almost done. It's going to be done today, which is the children's version of this sweater right here. I'll show that to you in just a minute. But first I wanted to update you on my sheep and their fleeces. I talked about it 2 episodes ago, not last episode, but the one before. I'm not sure exactly when. But we have a couple of ewes that have a really long fleece. When I measured it a few weeks ago, it was 5.5 inches long already. And the mill that I was thinking of using can only spin up to 6 inches long. But there is another mill that is 4 hours northeast of us in Montana. And so I reached out to that mill and I emailed her and I said, I've already got a 5.5 inch fleece and I'm not planning to shear until February. What's the longest you could possibly spin? And she said she can do up to 8 inches long and it would be fine. Just to shear in February and it would be okay. So that's the current plan. So we'll shear in February, measure them then. I'm sure they'll be well over 6 inches. And probably have the yarn spun at the mill in Montana. So that's kind of the game plan right now. I really do not want to shear sheep right now. It is not warm here. It's already quite cold. It's not been too terribly bad. Like, I think the lowest it's got is like maybe 12 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not super duper cold yet, but it's still cold enough that your sheep want to wear their sweaters. So we're not shearing, we're waiting, and we'll probably have some extremely long fleeces by the time February comes around, because they're not even 8 months old yet, these ewes, and they already have, it's probably 6 inches long now since I measured it a few weeks ago. So they're really long fleeces, which is fantastic. But now let's talk about this sweater. This is Bough and it's done. Isn't it beautiful? I'm gonna stand up and show it to you. I apologize for the chair noise. Here it is in all of its glory. Isn't it stunning? Ooh, I'm going to shrink a little bit so you can see. I'm so tall. I'm wearing it over a Not Perfect Linen Marseille skirt. This is in the sand gingham color. I swapped out the snaps for buttons and I asked for a flat front waistband. Those are the modifications on it. It looks really good together. This sweater with the skirt looks really, really good together. I love this outfit. I cropped this one. You can see it's a little bit cropped here. I cropped this sweater because I want to wear it over skirts. I now have 3 skirts I can wear it over, and I also have 2 dresses I can wear it over. So this is how it's generally going to be styled. Just over a skirt or over a dress. I really love it for that. Where's my chair? You can see that the yoke is a little bit deep. Usually my yokes come right about here, but it's a little bit deeper than usual. The reason for that is I wanted this color work to wrap around the shoulders, just like it does, like just completely around the shoulders, like you're wearing a wreath around your shoulders. And in order to do that, I needed to have the plain stockinette up above coming down to the wreath. And I couldn't split for sleeves anywhere inside of this color work because that would give you it just wouldn't look, well, you could make it happen, but I think it would be complicated for some knitters to split in the middle of the color work when you don't have at least 2 rounds of plain stockinette in between. So if you were to split sleeves on a round that has color work on it, that would be really difficult to manage. If you split where you have 1 single round, it's a little bit easier, but really to manage the picking up of sleeves and starting over again, it's best to have 2 plain stockinette rounds right there to make it a lot easier to manage that sleeve split with the color work. And so I decided that since this doesn't have a good breaking point in it, I decided to just kind of bring the yoke a little bit lower and keep all of the color work together, not split it up, and then it will be easier to knit. And I actually kind of like this look with the lower yoke. It's kind of, I don't know, cozy. So this is Bough. It's knit in Buches Le Lambswool, which is, they advertise it as heavy DK light worsted. I consider it to be just a regular worsted weight. The colors are dark gray green and light gray. So this one is all done, ready to go. We're going to take the photos for it tomorrow. I really hope we do it tomorrow. The weather this weekend is warmer because we have a storm coming in, and it's also really overcast because we have a storm coming in. But after tomorrow, it gets colder and it's supposed to snow because there will be a storm. And so I'm hoping to get the photos done tomorrow while it's overcast, but before it snows. I don't want to have snow in the photos because I kind of want a dark, moody feel to the pictures. I think that would look fantastic. So we're planning to take the photos tomorrow, which brings me into my whip. We're going to take photos of this one tomorrow too, but you can see that I've got quite a bit left to do actually. So I have, I don't know, 8 inches of sleeve left to knit. That much. I have that much sleeve left to knit on the second sleeve. This morning when I woke up, I had about this much of the first sleeve done, so I've made decent progress today. But I keep like waffling between confidence that I'll get it done and panic that I'm not going to get it done. And right now I am a little bit panicked that I'm not going to get it done. And I am addressing that panic by spending some time filming a video. Do you think that will help? Probably not. But if we weren't going anywhere today, I have absolute confidence that I would be able to get this done because it's only like 4:15. But the girls have a volleyball game and we have to leave in 20 minutes or so for the volleyball game. So I'm a little bit worried about how much progress I'll be able to make and if I'll get it done. I might be up late tonight. We'll see. 'Cause I need to finish knitting the sleeve. I need to weave in the ends. I mean, honestly, I could just weave in the ones that will show. I probably will just weave in the ends that will show. Probably just, you know, at the ends of the sleeves, neckline and hem, and I could just do the other ones after the pictures because you will never know. Probably do that. Weave in the ends and block it. And then I'm going to lay it over top of the heater vent for it to dry, and it will dry overnight. I have no worry at all about it drying in time as long as I lay it over the heater vent because the heater's been running all night long now since it's cold. And you can see I've got the same design concept if you have the wreath wrapping around your shoulders, but you can see that I took the border pieces out. The yoke on the child size is much, much shallower, so I have to either, well, I don't have to, there's no either, I have to shrink the color work somewhere. So it was either taking branches off of the wreath or taking out the border, and I decided to take out the border. I tried a few different options of a smaller border, but I didn't like any of them. It just didn't seem quite right, so I decided to just axe the border altogether and then just leave it, just the tree branches. I'm going to drop this. Just the tree branches. Move my head so you can see them. So it's just the tree branches in this yoke. And then wrap around the shoulders. This is for my 10-year-old daughter, Talia. I've tried it on her multiple times. It fits her really fantastic. It looks great. She loves it. I love it. We're happy with it. But I did make one little change. I decided to crop her body as well. Generally for kids sweaters I do them to a mid-hip length, like no matter what, because I'm handing these down through, like this is made for my oldest, so it will go through 4 children by the time it hits the end of them. But also their hand knit wool sweaters are a really important layer in their winter wardrobe. So when we're at home, when we're outside at home, I don't get too worried about it because we're only going to be outside for, you know, a couple hours and we'll come in hot chocolate. But if we are doing something active away from home, like we go skiing all day long, then they need to dress a lot better because you're going to be outside in the cold all day long and you don't just, you know, go in the house and have hot chocolate and get tucked in on the couch. So when we go skiing, I have my kids wear their wool base layer. They all have their own set of wool base layer. Make sure if you buy base layer for your kids, make sure that it is wool, definitely not cotton, and not a synthetic fabric either, like plastic, like polyester or something. Make sure it's wool. I buy my kids their base layer from a company called Simply Merino. I should put a link to that down below. They make really nice base layer for kids and for adults as well. That's not super duper expensive, and it's not going to bankrupt you to buy all of this base layer, but also it's hand-me-downable, so I just buy one set and it goes to all 4 children, which makes it cheaper per wear in the end. But they wear their wool base layer, and then they wear their wool hand knit sweater on top of that, and then they wear their snow pants and their snow coat, and they're quite warm. And then if it's colder still, then we can add another layer on. Like they could wear their sweatpants over their base layer and under their ski pants. They can wear another sweater, like a fleece jacket, over their wool sweater and under their ski coat. So you can add layers if it's super cold, but generally if they wear their wool base layer and then they wear a wool hand knit sweater, and then they have wool socks, and they also have a wool neck gaiter, then they're usually warm all day long, even if it's like in the teens, all like 14 degrees, they're fine like that, as long as they're physically active. Fingers tend to get a little bit cold when you're riding up the chairlift, so I should get some hand warmers for this winter. I should remember that. But that's why I generally knit all the kids' sweaters to a full length, but Talia's going to wear her sweater over top of a dress that she has. It's kind of a brown rust colored gingham pattern. And it's got a really, really gathered and full skirt. So when I had her try it on to check the length, I realized that when she wears this over that dress with a really full skirt, if it's knit to full length, it's gonna look really bunchy at the top, where the top of the skirt is underneath the sweater. And it's gonna constrict that skirt really weird underneath the sweater, and then it's gonna poof out really oddly underneath the sweater. And it won't look quite right. So I decided to crop her sweater a little bit so that it fits a little bit below her natural waist, like a little bit above her upper hip. I tried it on with the dress to make sure it was a nice length. The reason she's wearing that dress is because I am wearing a copper colored linen skirt with my sweater for the photos, and I thought it would be really cool if she also wore something kind of that same color family in the photos for her sweater. And I want to take some photos of us together with our sweaters and our whole outfits, so that will look really cool. So that's why she's wearing this sweater over that dress, the little gingham dress with a very, very full skirt. So that's why I cropped it a bit. Honestly, after the photos are done, I'm probably gonna rip out this ribbing at the bottom and knit 2 or 3 more inches of length into the body, and then do the ribbing again, so that she has a sweater that's long enough she can wear as a mid layer when we go skiing, and she can wear it with her jeans. She's kind of a tomboyish girl, so she doesn't wear her dresses a ton. If it was my 8-year-old, I'd probably leave it because she wears dresses all the time, whereas my 10-year-old doesn't tend to wear dresses as her default. So that way it will fit into her wardrobe better. She'll be more likely to wear it more often, and also she can wear it with her when we go skiing as her mid-layer. So there it is. You can see the yoke is rippling a little bit. This hasn't been blocked at all. I have confidence that when this is blocked, this is gonna lay flat. And you can see my yoke now that it is properly locked. I saw a comment on the last video about Bough talking about how they saw some ripples in the yoke, which I think was because it wasn't properly blocked. But now that it is properly blocked, there really aren't any, like, there's no waves up here now that it's been properly blocked. So it lays how it should now, and this one will lay how it should once it's been blocked. It's just before you block, things don't look perfect. So anyway, okay, it's 4:30. I am going to go ahead and go tell my daughters to get ready for volleyball because we have to leave in 20 minutes. And I will edit this video this evening, hopefully. And by the time I edit, hopefully this sweater will be all done and ready to go. Isn't that beautiful? It's just absolutely stunning. I love how striking it is, the gray wreath on the green background. So there is Bough. The pattern will be coming probably at the end of this month, but I'm not entirely sure. It will be sometime fairly soon-ish. I'm waiting to hear back from some other people on what timeline works best from them, but I'm leaning towards the last week of November. So sign up for my newsletter. The link will be in the description box under this video. Also in the description box under this video, I'm going to put all of the yardage information for this sweater. Somebody also commented asking for the yardage information. So that will be in the description box under this video in case you want to go yarn shopping and be all ready for the sweater when it comes out. Do be aware that I have the yardage estimate calculated for a sweater that is cropped, which is the length that I'm wearing it at. It hits me at the top of my hip. So if you want to knit your sweater longer, you're going to need to grab another skein or maybe 2 skeins of yarn to knit it to a longer length. If you would like to have more of a normal length, I don't even know what is normal length anymore, but the yardage calculation is for the length that I have knit for myself. If you want it longer, you'll need to buy an extra skein or 2. So I am gonna go and get everybody ready for volleyball and go do volleyball. And I will hopefully edit this episode tonight and have it uploading so that you can see it tomorrow morning. And hopefully tomorrow morning we will be out taking photos of these beautiful sweaters. I'm really excited for the pictures because the outfits I have, like the styling and the outfits are just perfect and beautiful. So I can't wait to share the final photos with you. And make sure you sign up for my email newsletter, subscribe to my channel. I'm a terrible YouTuber because I never tell people to subscribe to my channel. But anyway, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to go to volleyball and I'm going to do my absolute best to finish this sleeve before volleyball is over. And then I'm just going to make pancakes for dinner when we come back and knit some more if I have to. Anyway, I will talk to you guys next week and happy knitting. Bye!